Hello, my dear students. In this presentation today, we are trying to cover all the uses of all 12 categories of tenses. This is undoubtedly the most prominent chapter so far English grammar is concerned. So please be with me all throughout the session. Please let us proceed now. The simple present tense is used to express universal truths, facts, or customs. Say, for example, the sun sets in the west, the earth revolves around the sun. The Hindus cremate their dead. It is also used to express habitual actions like I go to temple daily, my father goes for a walk in the evening. It is also used to express a permanent state of being, like my house faces west. Delhi stands on the bank of the river Yamuna. Then it is also used in exclamatory sentences like look out, here comes the bus, there goes the train. Then it is used in imperative sentences also like let us go for a walk, obey your elders, shut the door. Then the simple present tense is also used in subordinate clauses beginning with if and when. If you request him, he will help you. If he works hard, he will pass. When you go there, try to meet him. Then also it is used like to indicate a planned future action or series of actions when they refer to a journey. He comes here tomorrow. This aeroplane flies for London next week. Our examination commences on next Monday. Then it is used to introduce some quotations also. Our teacher says, slow and steady wins the race. My father says, hard work is the key to success. Note that we generally use the following adverbs or adverbial phrases in the present tense like always, often, daily, generally, usually, every day, every week, frequently, etc. Then let us come on with present progressive tense. The present progressive tense is used for an action that is in progress at the time of speaking. He is reading a newspaper. The children are playing football. Then the present progressive tense is used for an action that is in progress and will continue in future. It may not be going on at the time of speaking, like he is learning English. My neighbor is writing a novel. I am pursuing masters. It is also used to describe an action that is planned to take place in the near future. I am meeting him tomorrow. He is going to England next week. They are not coming here on Monday. Then the present progressive tense is also used to express disapproval of a persistent habit or something done again and again. We generally use adverbs such as always, constantly, repeatedly, etc. She is continually watching movies on TV. He is always doing one mischief or the other. He is repeatedly making the same mistakes, etc. You have to note that verbs of perception and some other verbs are not generally used in the present progressive tense. For example, see, feel, smell, hear, taste, know, understand, hate, like, want, wish, love, etc. For example, we cannot say as like I am knowing you, I am hearing you, etc. We cannot make ing, we cannot add ing with such type of verbs or perceptions. Then come on with the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to express an action that has been recently completed. Example, he has just left the place. Our team has won the match. She has finished her work just now. It is used for past actions whose time is not yet mentioned. When the action is done, it is not mentioned. For example, he has been to Agra. He has cooked. Has she cooked the lunch? I have met him before. The time reference is not mentioned. So these can be expressed in present perfect tense. Then it is also used with adverbs like already, lately, often, recently, yet, ever, never, just now, etc. For example, I have already read this novel. He has recently met the Prime Minister. She has not replied to my letter yet. Then it is also used for an action which began in the past and is still being found continuing. They have lived in this city for a long time. He has been ill since Tuesday. I have always helped him. Then it is also used to express the sense of future perfect tense when preceded by after or when in a sentence like I shall take my class after I have finished my taking. You will help me when you have completed your work. Present perfect tense is also used with since and for in a negative sentences like I have not seen you for a month. My mother has not taught me since last month. Then let us come on with present perfect continuing tenses like the present perfect progressive tense is used to express an action which began at some time in the past and is still continuing. It has been raining since morning and likely to be going on at the future time even. It has been raining since morning. The farmers have been plowing the fields since 8 o'clock. He has been working for the last 2 hours. It is used with the prepositions like since and for, while since refers to point of time and for refers to period of time. For example, she has been working since 5 p.m. We have been playing for 2 hours. Then let us go on with simple past tense. Here the simple past tense is used to indicate an action that was completed in the past by a given moment. Generally the adverbials like yesterday, last week, ago, etc. are used. I went to Delhi yesterday. He wrote a letter to her last week. She met us 2 days ago. It is also used to express a polite form of addressing like could you please lend me your book? Would you please tell me the story right now? So these are the expressions of polite form can be addressed in simple past tense. Then come on with another use. It is very prominent. It is also used with the term like it is time. It is time you started for your school. It is time you did the real work. This is used in the simple past tense with this reference of it is time, you remember. Then this tense is also used with the terms like as if, as though, I wish. These three patterns are there like as if, as though, I wish, and even supposing, provided that, etc. For example, I wish I were the Prime Minister. She talks as if she were my boss. The girl behaves as though she were mad. These are the examples of simple past tense. Then it is used to express a habitual or regular action that is in the past. Like my father always got up at 4 a.m. She visited the temple every day. He worked in his garden every Sunday. Then it is also used in conditional if clauses like if you went there, you should meet him. If you worked hard, she would pass. If he accepted my advice, he would overcome his difficulties. If I were a bird, I could fly. Then it is also used in the indirect form of speech like he said, I worked for 8 hours every day. But in the indirect speech it will be he said that he worked for 8 hours every day. Here the reporting verb is in the past tense. So the reported verb simple present will be converted into simple past. I worked for 8 hours every day. That will be he worked for 8 hours every day. Then past progressive tense to express a state or an action that was continuing at a certain point of time in the past. We use adverbials of time here. She was cooking at 8 a.m. I was going to college in the morning. Was the farmer returning from his fields in the evening. Then it is used to express an action that was in progress in the past. He was sleeping, she was singing, I was reading a newspaper, etc. Then it is also used to express an action in progress at some point of time in the past when another event took place. For example, she was watching TV when I came. He was reading a novel when the doorbell rang. I was sleeping when my father came from his office. Then it is also used to describe two or more actions continuing at the same time. Like while I was bathing, my sister was washing clothes. While he was doing homework, his brother was listening to songs. Then it is also used to indicate a frequently repeated actions or persistent habit in the past. For example, he was constantly complaining about something or the other. She was always finding fault with my work. Then past perfect tense. It is also used for an action that had been completed before another action began in the past. For example, I had done my work before he came. The patient died after the doctor had come. Then that it is also used to describe an action taking place before a particular time in the past. Like by 2 p.m. all the students had left the school. By 6 a.m. he had left for Delhi. It is also used to describe an action in the past which became the cause of another action. Like the child was crying because the father had beaten him. Sonu was weeping because he had lost his bag. It is also used to express an unfulfilled wish or condition, like if you had worked hard, you would have passed. If they had left early, they would have caught the train. It is also used in indirect speech when both reporting and reported verbs are in simple past tense. He said, I wrote the masses. He said that she had written the masses. Then let us come on with the past perfect progressive tense. It is used to describe an action in the past that had begun and had been going on for some time before another action took place in the past. Like she had been dancing for half an hour when we reached there. The match had been going on for several hours. It is also used to express a repeated action in the past, like she had always been asking us for help. They had been trying to meet the Prime Minister. It is also used to describe an action which began before the time of speaking in the past. The action either stopped before that time or continued up to it. Like the farmer had been plowing from morning. The children had been playing for the last 1 hour. And let us come with simple future tense. It is used for an action that is yet to take place. Like I shall help you. He will come here tomorrow. Shall is used with the second and third persons to express determination, promise, intention, etc. Like I shall not apologize whatever may happen. You shall get a reward if you win the race. He shall be fined if he does not attend classes. Shall is used with the first person to express an offer or suggestion, like shall I open the door? Which dress shall I wear? Will is used with the first person to express willingness or determination, like I will do it myself. I will help you. We will never commit such a mistake again. The simple future tense is used to express the speaker's opinion for something to be done in the future. We use such verbs believe, know, suppose, think. We also use such adverbs as perhaps, possibly, surely, etc. We think he will reach there in time. They suppose that he will never help them. Now let us go on with future progressive tense. This tense is used to express an action that will be still going on in the future time. Say, I shall be waiting for you this time tomorrow. She will be having her breakfast at 7 tomorrow. It is also used to express an event that is expected to take place in the normal course. Will you be taking part in the debate? The new edition of this book will be coming out shortly. Now, future perfect tense, it is used to express an action that will have been completed at or before a given time in future. She will have reached home before it rains. By 6:30 we shall have had our breakfast. Very important for you. It is also used to express an action that is which is expected to be completed by a certain time in future. I shall have revised my lesson by tomorrow. The aeroplane will have landed by the time you reach the airport. It is also used to express an action that is expected to be completed by a certain time in the future. They will have reached the station in half an hour. He will have finished his homework by this time tomorrow. Then future perfect progressive tense. It is used to express an action as being in progress over a period of time that will end at some point in the future time. Say, by next June, I shall have been completing my studies. It is also used to express an action that will be going on for some time in the future until another action begins in the future time. Say, I shall have been reading this lesson for a week next month. We shall have been waiting for you for a long time. This tense is rarely used in modern English. You have to remember, this is very rare. Then this slide is for you. Your task it is, you have to go on with the correction of the verb. Say herein, how long you wait for me, that you have to correct it, what tense it will be. As he crossed the road, the bus knocked him down. The cat mew all the morning. I go home after my friend leave. Hardly he go out when a gun shot hit him. I write to my friend shortly. They reach home by now. If I be there, I would not have done that. You would be ill if you eat too much. If I know his address, I would visit him. Then this is also your task. This slide is also for you. You'll be filling the blanks with the correct form of the verbs given in the brackets. This is your task you'll be doing. The answers are also provided here, but you will be doing first, then you'll be checking the answers later. Now let me say thank you very much. Thanks once again.